remember, right? Pastor said not to remember the past. Let me read this out of Deuteronomy 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. Yeah.
Just now in Exodus, he said that if we would listen to him, we would be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. But because we reject the knowledge, we will be what? Read it again.
Rejected thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Be no priest to him. Now, when it's talking about that, we are priests. But it's talking about us as a nation. We are supposed to be kings and priests as a nation.
Right.
All right? We are not supposed to be the only people out here teaching this truth. This truth is supposed to be taught to all the nations.
Right.
That's right, because every nation, whether you want to admit it or whether you want to receive it or not, you're going into captivity.
That's right.
All right? The nation of Israel is going to rule this earth.
That's right.
Just like the Bible said. It said that we will be a nation above how many people?
All people.
Above all people. Okay? Give me Romans chapter 12 and verse 2.
That's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2.
What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Read that.
And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world.
But ye transformed. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Now, what does that mean? The Bible says, be not conformed to this world. That means that the way that this world is run, the word, by the way, the word world comes from the Greek word cosmos. The word cosmos means props, ornaments, and decorations. So it means whatever is set up on this world, in this world. We are not supposed to be following this bull crap.
Okay.
We are not supposed to be following the philosophies or the wisdom of this world.
Right.
So the Bible says, don't be like this world. Be not conformed to this world, but
be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So it says to be transformed. Transform means to be changed. How many of us ever seen that cartoon, The Transformers? What did they do? They changed from one thing to another thing. So the word transform means to be changed. Okay? So now, the next question that we have to ask ourselves, well, the Bible is telling me, don't be like this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind. How does that work? How do I do that? How do I do that? Just by sitting here and listening to these guys out here? No, let's go to the Bible and see what the Bible said. Psalms chapter 119, verse 9.
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
Wherewithal, that means how. How shall a young man cleanse his ways? I mean, how shall he be cleaned up? Right now, we are like dirt out here. To every other nation looks at us as dirt.
Read, by taking heed thereto according to thy word.
By taking heed according to thy word. Now, a lot of you brothers and sisters, y'all go to these Sunday churches, and y'all think that you in the spirit, because y'all jumping around, shouting and everything. And where y'all get that from? Go to Galatians.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Go to Galatians.
What do we get that from? I ain't never heard
Go to Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
That's right. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit.
So now, the Bible says to walk in the Spirit. So now, this brother already brought out that to believe or to walk in the Spirit does not mean something that you feel. Okay? So the next question we have to answer, if the Bible tells you to walk in the Spirit, brother, do you know what the Spirit is? Do you know what it means to walk in the Spirit?
Walk in the law.
What?
Walk in the law.
Walk in the laws? Okay, where do the laws come from? Where does the laws come from?
The Torah.
Came from the Torah, but where did the Torah come from?
The Most High.
There you go. Now you're getting places.
That's
Now
right.
let's prove that. Let's prove that. It came through the Most High, through his son, Yahushua. Go to John chapter 6, verse 63.
Bring it out.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, verse 63.
Before you go there, go to John 1:1. Because we want to see who this is. John 1:1. We want to know, where did these words come from? Where did the law, where did the Torah come from? The Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And then Psalms 119:9 said, where should you be cleansed? By taking heed according to the word. Now the question is, where did the word come from? Where did it come from? Read.
In the beginning.
In what?
In the beginning.
In the beginning
was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High.
And the Word was with the Most High. Read.
And the Word was the Most High.
And the Word was the Most High. Drop down to verse 14.
Verse 14. And the Word was made flesh.
And the Word was made flesh. Who was made flesh? That is our King, Yahushua.
Right.
All right? So now we know that the Word was made flesh. But now where did that Word come from? Go to John chapter 6. So what's the words that we're talking about? What is the Spirit? That's the question that we had asked, right? We want to know, Galatians 5:16 said that we should walk in the Spirit. Now teach me, brother, how to walk in the Spirit. John chapter 6, verse 63.
Bring it out.
It is the Spirit that quickeneth.
The word quicken means to be brought alive. Something that's quickened is brought alive. Read.
The flesh profiteth nothing.
Flesh don't profit nothing. All that you could do with your flesh don't mean nothing. Read.
The words I speak.
What? Wait a minute. The what?
The words I speak.
The words that I speak, read,
unto you, they are spirit.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit.
Right.
Read on.
And they are life.
So now, when the Bible says to walk in the Spirit, if you're not walking in the, read that again.
In the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit.
Read on.
And they are life.
So now, when a brother come up to me talking about, oh, the Bible says I can eat pork, show me the words that he spoke that said that. When a brother come up to me and tell me, I don't have to wear no beard, I can cut my beard off anytime I want to. Show me the words that he spoke that says that.
Right.
When a brother want to commit adultery, show me the words that he spoke that said that.
That's right.
So when you're talking about you walking in the Spirit, if I can't find it in this Bible, you're not walking in the Spirit.
That's right.
Okay? Give me Colossians chapter 2. Now I'm going to tell y'all, brothers, I'm going to tell y'all something. These brothers and sisters that's out here talking about they walking in the Spirit and all this kind of stuff, they don't even know why. They don't even know what's going on. They don't know why they're lost. But I'm going to teach you right now. Colossians chapter 2, start at verse 8.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you.
Now the Bible says, beware, lest any man spoil you. The word spoil here is not talking about the way like a fruit would go spoiled or go rotten. The word spoil here is a military term. It comes from the Greek word sulagogio. And the word literally means to be carried off as captive. So beware lest any man carry you off captive. Read again.
Beware, lest any man spoil you.
Read.
Through philosophy.
Through what?
Philosophy.
Now, where do we get this word philosophy from? The word philosophy is a compound word which comes from the word phileo and sophia. The word phileo, it means to love or the love of. The word Sophia comes from a Greek goddess, which was the goddess of wisdom, but it was the foolish wisdom of this world.
Bring it out.
So the word philosophy literally means to love of foolish wisdom.
That's right.
That's what it means. So it says that we're being carried away captive by the love of foolish wisdom. Okay? Where does the true wisdom come from? Go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4. and verse 5. Start at verse 5. Let's get the true wisdom, because we don't want to be led away captive by philosophy, by the love of foolish wisdom. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and start at verse 5.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes.
What are statutes? Statutes are laws
And judgments.
Judgments are penalties for breaking those laws. Read.
Even as the Most High Power commanded me.
So he was commanded to teach us these laws and these judgments. Read.
That ye shall do so.
That ye shall do them
In the land.
where you go to possess it. Read on.
Keep therefore.
And
do them.
read.
For this is your wisdom.
Wait a minute. Philosophy is about our wisdom.
Low.
And keep.
No, this is our wisdom.
This is your wisdom.
So is Phileo and Sophia our wisdom?
Nope.
No. The Bible says, start on verse 6 again. Read from the beginning.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them. This is your wisdom.
This is your wisdom. Read.
And your understanding.
Read.
In the sight of the nation.
Now, why would he say this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations? The reason is because when you go into the book of Psalms, we are the only nation that he gave it to.
Right.
He did not give this knowledge and this wisdom to no other nation.
Right.
Okay? And the reason is because, as I said before, we are the people that are supposed to teach this to the world. Okay? So now that we know about our true wisdom, go back to Colossians.
Bringing it out. Bring that word up.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you.
So it says, beware, lest anyone carry you away captive. Through what?
Through philosophy.
Through the love of foolish wisdom. Read.
And vain deceit.
Vain deceit. Now, what we need to understand is this. When it says vain deceit, it's using that as a vernacular, which means empty prosperity. Now, why is it using it as a vernacular of empty prosperity? Everybody that's out here in this world, what are you trying to do? You're trying to prosper. But the Bible says that we should not be trying to prosper in this world.
That's right.
Most people be talking about money is the root of all evil. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. So the Bible is not against us utilizing money, but we're supposed to use it as a tool, not fall in love with it. Okay? In the book of Ecclesiastes, the Bible says money answers all things.
Right.
So we have to use the money. So the Bible says vain prosperity. Salakia says vain deceit. Vain deceit means empty prosperity. We are searching and reaching for everything that we should not be reaching for.
Right. That's right.
The commonwealth of Israel is the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what you should be reaching for.
That's right.
Why? Why should you be reaching for that? If you sit down and you learn the laws, statutes, and commandments, none of us would be poor. Because the Bible teaches us that that's the first rule of economics. If your brother don't have bread and you do, then you both got bread.
Right. Right.
If your brother don't have water in his house, then you all don't have water in your house.
Right.
We're supposed to take care of each other. That's what the Bible teaches us.
Bring it out.
When you go into the book of Acts, it says that they all sold everything that they had so that everybody would be equal. Everybody had the same things. So read Colossians, keep reading that.
After the tradition of men.
Now, it says that we should not go into this foolish philosophy or vain deceit after what?
Tradition of men.
Now let's break that down. The word tradition comes from the Latin word tradiere and the Greek word paradosis. And both of these words mean this. This is what it means, brother. Hold your hand out. No, hold it out. What did I just do, brother? I just put something in your hand, right? That's what tradition means.